Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to Banana Corn. And on today's episode of Here's Your Problem, Now Let's Talk About It, we're going to give out our opinions and advice on anonymous stories on people's dating life. We will be sharing short Reddit stories that we think it's fun and entertaining in the dating realm to talk about and give our best advice and conclusion on the issue. So let's dive in.
All right. Thanks for the great intro, Angela. And now let's start off with our first anonymous story. It starts like this. This guy and I had been dating for a while. It was going well until my girlfriend tried to kiss him and lied about it, that he initiated. We three were together when this happened, as me and her were super drunk. I initially laughed about it because it doesn't matter since she was drunk, but got angry when she lied about it. Three of us have been friends since childhood. She's been insecure and jealous of me. I don't know why, and has hurt me in the past, but we're still friends. This incident happened and I asked this guy, would he burn bridges for me if something extreme happens and she or anyone else keeps hurting me again and again? He just said no, because he's good friends with her and won't ruin his bond. I mean, I understand that, but if he is in a relationship with me and knows someone is hurting me, shouldn't he be with me? If not, what's the point of a relationship? What do you guys feel about this story?
Me personally, I don't know much of her life and her context, but based of what you just said, I don't think she should continue to be friends with this person, with someone who has hurt her. Because if he is continuously going to hurt you, he's going to do it in the future as well. And if you have already made your point, he should respect your point. And you guys should meet in the middle. Have some compromises, because relationship is all about work. If one side is putting in all the effort and the other is not reciprocating that effort, then that relationship is not going to last.
Yeah, you have a good point there. But as I was reading it, I don't know why I couldn't really stand like the girl's perspective. I couldn't really see her point. Maybe it's just, I don't know, maybe my personality is very different, but like if this was to happen, right? The girl seems a little narrow-minded and I would say a little clingy. She's expecting her boyfriend to respond to the situation. Everything, it's up to the boyfriend's job to fix this. I mean, asking him to burn bridges in a if scenario, I don't know. I would prefer to just speak to him directly. You know, why do we have to come up with these games? Yeah. Why not just ask him? Like, I would much prefer being direct and just ask. My best friend said that you initiated the kiss. We both know it's not true. Do you have any feelings? Or go direct about it. And then at the beginning, I would also say like it sounds a little weird. Like she says they're like three childhood friends. So I would assume they like really know each other. But at the same time, she also judges the girlfriend, saying like, oh, she's always been jealous of me and whatnot. Then I'm not too sure if that's really a healthy relationship you have with this girl, So
she judges her girlfriend, her like best friend.
Yeah. She judges her best friend, her childhood friend, saying that she's actually secretly jealous of me. But I find that a little strange since you say you guys are so
friendship.
Close. Exactly.
Warning, like that friend is not a good friend. And it's obvious to you because you just said that she's jealous of you, of whatever you're doing. So I also think just get out of that friendship first. I don't think it's a friendship. It's like mutual like competition, like when you were kids and you have these like competitions with the same friend, but like you still talk to each other, still have this competition with each other. And
so like keep your friends I would close. Say Emily's closer.
Yes.
Yeah. I would actually say this is more reflective of the relationship than the way she described it.
And like her tone of voice, it just kind of shows that she's trying to corner him. And if it's not an answer she wants to hear, I feel like she's just angry. So I think she's just angry at her friend in general.
I mean, would you say like the way she put this whole scenario, it's kind of forcing the boyfriend to lie. It's like she wants you to say yes.
And she already knows what answer she wants.
Exactly. So even, I mean, this guy just said no, right? He was just saying like, I can't do that. It's like asking me to, let's say, break a relationship with my family. But if you get like this, I don't know, not smart, but like witty boyfriend or something, like who can get your message that you want to say yes, then he's going to say yes, even though he doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like I would have a better way of doing this. Like if she was drunk and I seen that she is drunk and she has kissed him, I would have talked one-on-one with her and then see why she did it. But then again, make sure if she is your best friend from childhood, you should know when she's lying or not. So if you ask her, do you have feelings for my boyfriend? And she's like, no. But if you're best friends, if you can tell she is lying,
you would know.
Then there needs to be a greater conversation with the three of you guys in a room. But if she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, like it was just an accident, I was like, I'm blacked out, and you can tell she's genuine, this whole situation could have been just a simple misunderstanding.
And I think in this situation, her best bet is to be like calm about it. Just take it and just look at two different perspectives and then judge. Because her being angry, it's what her friend kind of wants her to feel, since they're in like this stiff competition of jealousy and stuff. So I don't think she should be angry. She should just try to listen and then make a smart decision.
All right. So the next story is this 18-year-old girl and this 20-year-old guy is building a friendship that's going to lead into a relationship. And both of them have never actually been into a relationship before. And what she's asking is that sometimes she feels guilty to go out with someone else that is opposite sex. And she doesn't want the boy or her potential boyfriend to be a part of everything. So essentially what she's asking is, can you be friends with an opposite sex while being in a relationship?
Well, it's a little hard to answer, but I'm thinking like I also have guy friends, and when I'm in a relationship, I would still keep them. I mean, having a relationship is just you have a new bond you form with someone. So I wouldn't request a guy to like, you gotta break up with your female friends because I'm dating you, because I would respect that previously you guys have had bond story, but like you and I have just a different kind of bond, right? So I would say it's okay. It's just be clear on the line. What I hate more than anything else is seeing if when a guy doesn't make that line clear, and the same when a girl doesn't make the line clear between a friend and a boyfriend, girlfriend. So make sure you have a line between friendship and romance relationship.
Yeah.
At the same time, you don't know. You're not the one witnessing the line being drawn because it's between them. You weren't in their start of their friendship. And part of me is just like, I feel like if I had a boyfriend and he had a girl best friend, there's some part of me will always be questioning, like there's something more, and that I don't want him to hang out with her one-on-one, because it's like part of me thinks guys and girls can't be like that close of a friend, they can be like casual, like peers, but best friends, BFFs, I would be like, well, I'm your BFF now. You can't have another girl. It should only be
Good point.
True. Okay, obviously there's something that you don't know about them because they had a history, they had stories that you were a part of before. I get that. But going back to what Cindy said, I think there should be a line. So I personally think that you can have the opposite sex as a friend, but in doing so, being mindful of what Angela said about that part of you kind of being more cautious, I think. You can also judge your partner by thinking, would he or she purposely do something to hurt you? That kind of trust that you build with your partner, I think, is also important. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. In a relationship, trust is very important. If I trust that person, I'm willing to, let him do his own thing. But I think initially I would first be like, please introduce me to your girl best friend, and using my senses, if I can sense that there is intimacy in the tension in the air, then I'll be like, I'm not, honey. You gotta draw that line. or else you bring me to every single dinner occasion you have. Because sometimes, you know, you have that tinkly feeling, have this sense like, oh yeah, there's this connection between two that could be romantic. That's when my warning signs go up. Be like, okay, I don't, this girl probably has like some intentions on you, but like as the guy, you probably oblivious of the fact that she probably liked you for a long time.
Ideal situation is just the girl likes the guy, right? Like the girlfriend likes your boyfriend. If your boyfriend also has little lingering feelings, I think in that case, I would actually step out. I'll say like, you know, you guys have such a long history and I'm someone new. And if you're not clarifying this, you're actually just hurting me. If that's the case, then I'd rather find someone else who can appreciate me more, right? That's what I think I would respond, is I wouldn't mind. But like after meeting the girl, if I find something weird, I'll join in. Like Angela says.
I'll butt in.
Guys and girls listening out there, you'll always find someone who can appreciate you. Like there will be someone out there. Your current relationship is not your end all be all. So keep that in mind.
Well, talking about being appreciated and all that, let's say you are in a relationship and then, you know, you guys are fit for each other and everything, but let's say your boyfriend has like can be attracted to maybe like some celebrities or, you know, like they would have posters of girls and all that. So the question is it okay to be attracted to other people while in a relationship?
I would say, like, you know, when you're eating brunch and you see like an attractive person walk by, you'll be like, hey, they're attractive in your head. Don't like put action to it, you know? Like, don't cheat. You can be attracted to other people as long as, you know, you have that love. Love defies and is greater than a simple, quick attraction.
Don't break the love. Don't ever use your attraction as an excuse to cheat on someone, just as Angela says.
Okay, so this next scenario is based on a person who just can't find someone for themselves. So he or she just feels like trash, I guess, and they haven't been the favorite person, you know, for someone. He or she is constantly and desperately fighting to find someone who can give everything that they want, but also what they need. And it just feels like he or she is just rushed in time of finding a partner. I think a lot of people can relate to it right now with this COVID pandemic and just this remote new lifestyle. So what do you guys think? Rushed in time and desperately trying to find someone for themselves.
First, I don't think when you're going into a relationship, you should feel this desperateness to find somebody. That desperateness of finding somebody probably stems from a core problem within themselves. For example, they might need, this person might feel insecure about themselves, and that insecurity is pushing them to find someone that they can depend on and rely on because they want to feel love. They need someone that they can fulfill the need of loneliness from. That's not healthy. So for this person, I would say work on yourself first and cure this desperation first before going to find someone else. Because if you have this kind of desperation, it's not going to work well for you or for the other person that you're going to go into a relationship with.
Yeah, I had a similar thought as yours. When Han was sharing the story, I was like, wow, I think you should first learn to love yourself more. Because he seems so desperate. Like he keeps comparing himself with people around him, especially in happiness. Well, listening to it, I feel like it's like me when I see couples, when you're single and you see couples and you can't help but like, oh, I want to share some of that affection, that love that I have. But you know, when I don't see couples though, I don't feel that want. I don't feel that need. Like I'm happy with whatever plans for myself, create music or whatever. It's just being surrounded by that and being affected by this in a way, it's kind of a peer pressure. So yeah, the story was like, oh, you know, people around him are so happy. Like I want to have that happiness. I think that's instead is making him more upset. So, I mean, in reality, like you see these couples being affectionate, you see people being happy, but you never hear the whole story. You never see they've gone through ups and downs. And those who are together for so long, that's because they've been through ups and downs and realize they're the best for each other. It takes trial and error. It takes people getting to know each other. It takes time. So I think he should love himself more first.
Yeah, my thought into it is I personally would suggest this person to be okay with being alone first. Be satisfied of who you are and just take pride in what you are and who you are. And just exactly what Cindy said, just put love to yourself. I mean, take care of your mentality. Be okay of spending time by yourself, just walking around or enjoying your own company. I think that's really important. And even though you find someone that may provide this love to you, sometimes I find myself and I tend to trick myself that I'm happy with being with someone. You know, after hanging out with that friend, you come back to your room and you're just like, I'm just tired of putting up an act. And you would have to do this again and again. And it just makes you more lonely. So just having satisfaction on being okay that you're alone, but just enjoying your personality and your thoughts, I think is also a healthy practice that you can get into. Yeah, but at the same time, I would say that there's a lot of people who are just trying to find someone perfect and that they should give up on dating at the end because they tried so hard. For those people, I personally think just don't lower your standards.
Yeah, well, talking about people ready to give up on dating, I'm definitely seeing this through my colleagues around me. They're like 5-6 years older than me. So I think they have a much higher pressure than I do in finding a partner. And I think they've also reached an age where it's like they're no longer desperate to find like the perfect person because it's been so hard. Although we never know, right? You could meet somebody in your 30s who are perfect for you. But yeah, they end up setting a standard where it's like having someone sharing a common interest. And then I don't know, I just keep getting the feeling that a lot of people are in line to find a dating partner. And maybe that's also what's deterring a lot of people from trying to date.
I'm also in this like position of kind of giving up right now to find somebody. I think you mentioned this before. Every time I see couples, I'll be like, oh my God, I need to find somebody. So I'll be active, like the dating apps. But I realize like I'm only motivated at that moment. Like after feeling that emotion, I'm compromising my standards and I shouldn't do that because I will probably find someone who I don't like. Yeah. So basically what I'm saying now is I'm waiting for all you guys to get guy friends so that you can introduce me.
Well, that's another way to go. Find, like, encourage your friends to reach out to more guy friends so that you can, I don't know how effective, but that's a good tactic.
Find friends who have a lot of guy friends so they can introduce you to the guy friends.
Okay, so now we have the next story from a guy's perspective. So a guy went out with his friends and a girl approached him and he wasn't interested in the girl. And they kept on talking, but he felt really trapped. Near the end, the girl asked him if he thought she was pretty. And then he was like, I think you look smart. She didn't like that answer and she just left. But what he's trying to ask us is, what is the best way to turn down girls without being rude? From my perspective, I would appreciate if he could be honest and put it in a very nice way. Like, hey, it's super nice to meet you, but it's a boys' night, or I have friends tonight and I want to hang out with them. Like, have a nice day. I won't ever lie and say, it was nice to meet you, but I currently like suffer from this like explosive diarrhea. So like, may the force be with you because I won't, or I need to go to the bathroom, but never enter the bathroom. Like, don't do that, guys. Okay, don't do that. It
ain't a movie.
Yeah, this ain't a movie. It takes a lot of courage for girls to come up to guys and like try to communicate. So after saying but, say something positive or use but after a negative. So for example, it was nice to chat with you, but I'm not feeling the same amount of interest that you're feeling right now. So I'm going to go back to my friends, but please continue to have a great night and enjoy yourself. To me, that would feel like, oh, he was very honest with me, but very also nice. And I appreciate his honesty.
So you want him to be just like direct with you and just say, I'm not interested in you.
Yeah, I'm the type of person where I can't read signs. Like, you need to be really direct with me and for me to understand what you're feeling. Because if you're like pushing and pulling me, but you don't want to connect with me, then I'll still view it as, oh, you're interested in me. I'm gonna keep on talking with you.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because I think what I love about this situation is that it's like it's from a different perspective. Like, because usually we always hear guy stories saying it's so difficult for guys to approach a girl to ask whatever. Now it's like from a different perspective where similarly girls also need you to make clear signs. I think I'm a little different from Angela. Like I get signs from conversation. What would happen in my case is I would, approach this guy that I'm interested in, maybe have a conversation, and then through the conversation I would try and, so if he is like engaged in a conversation and things like that, then I think that's a sign that he's interested as well. But then, like, in the story, this guy, he really wants to get away. He's eyeing at his like guy friends. Like, when I see signs like that, I think that makes it pretty clear that he's not interested in me. He has his mind on something else. So what happens is I would usually be the first one to take the initiative and be like, hey, yeah, that was great chatting with you, So I would remove myself from the situation. What do you think, Han? Would you do the same, or
yeah, if I ever had the gut to approach a guy that I really like and I see that he's not collaborating with the situation, like, you gotta give me input to keep this conversation going. So I'd be like, okay, bye. Like, I'm just trying too hard to get you, and obviously you are not my match, and I'll just walk away. I guess on the flip side, there's another Reddit story that goes, so I worked at a place where almost all the women check me out and pass a smile. But the thing is, I don't know how to approach a woman. And every time I talk to a woman, it always makes things worse. And I've never had anything sexual or friendship out of it. I want to know how to build a strong relationship with women, and why, even after being checked out and given attention by women, why won't they approach me? Thoughts?
Well, my first thought is, how do you know people are checking you out? Why is he saying like all women check me out? I'm like, if this guy's so confident, sure.
I was gonna say, like, for me, if I'm checking out a person or if a person is checking out me, I wouldn't be able to notice that. So let's say if a guy I like, and like maybe I can sense that he's checking out me, I mean, I would still need a clear signal, like a very clear signal, tap my shoulder or something. Double tap my shoulder.
I see.
Be like,
hey, I'm interested.
Hey, I'm interested. Tap, tap.
Without that clear signal, Angela is lost. I am lost. And to me, like, if I'm interested in someone, yeah, I would feel very nervous. College me will never walk up to anybody who I find attractive or I'm interested in. The version me now, I would, if I am attracted to that person and I know he's a nice person, it's like a unicorn. Like, I'm catching a unicorn. That unicorn is gonna go past, right? And if I don't catch that unicorn, I'm never gonna see that unicorn ever again. So go up and be like, hey, you know what? You're looking good today, or you're looking handsome. Can I have your number? Or can I have your WeChat now that I'm in China?
That, I think, is actually very courageous, and I would find attractive if a person would do that to me. Like, just on to the point.
Yeah, I guess one of the hardest things these days is just finding a clear signal. Just give us a clear signal, please. Like, not playing around or anything. And then I would say the story was like he had a problem with talking to the girls, right? He feels like he's being checked out by everyone, and yet he's not able to move further with the conversation with anyone. So some advice on my end maybe is to probably find the coolest girl to be friends with, and then try and talk to the friend about what girls are interested in, how they would interpret signals and all that.
I would add on and just say, get something small like food, little like jellies or like candies that you can just use to approach a person, and just say, hey, I picked up something from the supermarket. Do you want?
Oh, you're going with that line. Hey, I just picked it up, on the way.
Yeah,
like it's something that dropped on the floor, you just I picked it up just for you.
It's like a cute little thing, you prepared for the person and the person will probably appreciate it. If not, well, you tried. It's fine. But I would also agree that this might be my personality, but why you're approaching me to have a small talk? Is this a show of interest or is this, just a friendship thing? I think that would be great, like a signal. Hey, I want to talk to you, about something because, yeah, okay.
What if like it's only hard to be like, because and I'm like, I don't know, and it's like the signal doesn't go through
to me, and you're like, because and you start wiggling your eyebrows, I'll be like, you crazy, I'm gonna run away from you.
Yeah, just be clear, guys, be clear.
Use words, okay?
Yeah.
Words.
And get an immediate answer instead of this mushy, like nobody knows what you're talking about, and then you're taking a lot of time and then miscommunication. Rather than that, just be direct. It really goes a long way.
Mm-hmm.
I've also often heard a lot of people make this comment saying like, okay, guys are always expected to be assertive, then can women be assertive as well so that guys can have more confidence, maybe do like a subtle touch or give a little extra attention during a party. I mean, if a guy knows you're interested, there's a big chance he'll become interested too. That's what I've heard. What do you guys think of that?
Yes, guys shouldn't be turned off by girls who are assertive. I think that's such an attractive point, and that takes a lot of courage. And I always have this like K-drama scenario. If I'm into it and a guy, and we're in a cafe.
Oh, cafe. Okay.
I'm sitting down drinking coffee and I'm suddenly witnessing a very attractive guy that I'm interested in. Mm-hmm. I'll slowly like approach him and spill my coffee on his shirt and then offer to either wash his shirt or buy him a new one. And if he's like, no, it's okay, I got it, I'm gonna buy my own shirt, I'll be like, I insist, can you please give me your phone number? And then like, I really feel bad if I don't buy you this shirt, like it's gonna ruin my day. And I got his number, and then I'll use that tactic and see where it goes from there. If me, Mark, and CT Mark at a fan signing event, I will purpose bring coffee with me.
Coffee to spill.
And hopefully they'll buy it. And then I'll get his number or his like company address, send him a shirt with a cute memo saying, hey, what up?
If I was put in a similar situation, like me with Jackson Wang, I think I'll be just as assertive, maybe. Yeah. As Andrew says, like with NCT Mark, for me, it's like if Jackson Wang suddenly asks me to come, I would definitely go up and be like, yes, I want to meet you. I'm not like other fans, okay? I have talked to you one-on-one. I'm a decent human being. I completely support you. Let's have a conversation, okay? Like, you can talk to me on anything. Chill about this, yes. And if you want to be touchy, I can be touchy if you like, but
for permission and consent.
Yes, I ask for permission. So I guess like my comment is like, girls, I think we are assertive, like based on some people, right? If we're interested,
go for it, because like at this point in life, the worst case is no, but embrace that no.
Embrace the rejection. That's what she means. But I would say, yeah, definitely like it's better to do it than not do it, right? Because you're always gonna have the regret saying like, what if? You're gonna keep asking that question. So rather than what if, just try it. And worst comes to worst, you just disappear from that person's life. Forget this thing happened. It's so embarrassing, right? You have a billion other people to choose from. What about you, Han?
So I totally agree with you guys. Like, be as clear as you can, both ways, girls and guys. Just if you're interested, approach the person with food.
Subtle touch.
Tap
on the shoulder. Tap on the shoulder as Angela requests. Tap, tap, tap.
I'm interested.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So basically be as clear as you can be.
Okay, that's all for today. Something we can take from today's episode are communication is key in solving relationship problems and sending signals to someone you like. And lastly, trust plays a big factor in any relationship, either it be love or friendship. Hopefully, this episode was somewhat helpful to some of you. And remember, these are all points from our own perspective.
All right. Thank you, Han, for summarizing and ending today's episode. Here's your problem. Now, let's talk about it. And if you guys haven't, please subscribe, like, and leave a rating for Banana Corn and recommend this to all your family and friends. And follow us on Instagram, Banana Corn PD, and come back and join us on our next episode. This is us. Bye.
Bye.